The Duckpin Pro Bowlers Association presents Championship Bowling. Tonight's show is being brought to you in part by American Airlines. Fly American to the Caribbean. By Liberty Travel, with over 130 corporate-owned vacation centers. And by Alamo Rent-A-Car.
Hi, I'm Mike Sella, and welcome back to Championship Bowling. We're here at the Johnston Town Hall Lanes in Johnston, Rhode Island, and with me, my colleague Joe Rainier, who's a Duckpin Pro Bowler himself. And Joe, sort of a unique situation in tonight's match. Our top qualifier is the owner-operator of the Town Hall Lanes, Frank Ferri.
I tell you, it has to be very pleasing to Frank to bowl this well in his own house. It's very difficult to do. He had 3 200 games in his 10-game qualifying, which is simply astounding. It's unheard of.
All right, he is one of 150 Duckpin Pro Bowlers who attempted to get into the TV finals, and today, of course, we have 4 who go into head-to-head competition.
With Frank being at the top, liking to earn a star in his own house.
All right, the winner also gets $2,000 and a round-trip airfare from American Airlines. We'll see who comes out on top in Championship Bowling right after this.
Nice flying, Greg.
Thanks.
So, you're really not going to do another tour?
Nah, Susan and I have made plans.
You're going to miss this place.
Sure, Doc. My mind's made up, all right?
Then I guess you're going to want this.
American accepted me. Looks like I'm going back to flight school.
I hope they know they're getting one of the best.
When you're something special, people know it.
Go, Jack! Roll that ball! Smash those pins! It's so much fun, it's so much fun! Let's do it again!
Fairlanes has 516 duckpin lanes for you, your family, and friends. Look us up. Come on in to Fairlanes, the fun lanes.
Fairlanes! It's your turn now for Fairlanes fun! So bring it on in, let's show 'em how it's done! At Fairlanes, 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 the fun lane!
The Duckpin Professional Bowlers Association is pleased to present its Championship Bowling Series and would like to recognize these bowling proprietors and establishments which have supported this programming effort.
Bowl with Barney at Barnum Recreation and Duckpin Bowling. A place for the entire family. Great for Grandpa and for Grandma. Marvelous for Mom and for Dad. Super for the kids. Leagues are welcome too. After bowling, enjoy the newly decorated lounge. Live entertainment on the weekends. A place for the entire family. Barnum Recreation and Duckpin Bowling. And tell them Barney sent you.
Welcome back to Championship Bowling. In our first match tonight, we've got a pair of real veterans doing battle in our up-the-ladder competition. The number 4 seed is Joe LaMonica of Torrington, Connecticut. At 68 years of age, Joe is the oldest bowler on the Pro Tour. Vincent Shorty Divver is an all-time great in the ranks of duckpin bowlers. He's a member of both the DPBA and the National Duckpin Bowling Congress Halls of Fame. We pick up our match already in progress with both bowlers scorching the lanes for strikes. Divver has a total of 5 and is working on a triple. LaMonica has a pair of strikes, but still trails by 30 pins. There you see the scores.
Shorty with 5 strikes and a spare. Joe with 3 spares and a doubleheader, 2 strikes, and Joe's not out of this match. Yeah, any means.
Proved. Right there. Joe LaMonica comes up with his 3rd strike of the match.
Super match, Mike.
Couldn't ask for anything better to start us off tonight. You're watching the best in the Duckpin Pro Tour. Joe LaMonica likes the ball he just threw, so he'll wait for that one to be returned before moving forward in the 9th frame.
Big 9th frame. He could sure use the doubleheader here. He just wants to get it in the pocket, give it a chance. He's there.
Good throw ball, much prettier than that, and he ends up with a 9, leaving the 7 pin.
He can make this and still keep himself in the game. If Shorty were to open in the 9th and 10th, he'd be somewhere in the low 180s. Joe could make 3 marks. Stay there. Okay. He's got his mark in the 9th. With a spare and a strike, Joe can shoot in the low 180s. So,
well, after 8 complete frames, Shorty holding a 20-pin lead. Of course, he's working off the spare in the 9th. And now Shorty Divver to finish up the 9th and 10th frames. His portion of the match. Shorty leaving the 10-pin.
he liked that ball, too. He knew he delivered it well.
Just did nick it.
Okay. 173 plus in the 9th. A count, a mark, and another count, and we'll have our first TV 200, Mike.
You see the way the scoring has gone through the first 9 frames.
Super scores, super scores.
Of course, as we mentioned in previous weeks, balls are checked. And you see the culprit there coming back.
Shorty can actually make sure he wins this match. The most Joe LaMonica can shoot is 193 with a triple in the 10th.
Leaves himself with a tough one, although I don't think that pin spinning there will have the legs to get up to the 5.
181 through 9 for Shorty. So he has to make this 9 more for our 200 game.
He's got it.
Okay.
He's given himself a shot. Nice pickup of the spare by Shorty Divver. And here's the replay on that. Watch him as they fly. Gets it off the wall. Didn't hit clean as you would think if you diagrammed it out on a piece of paper, saying, well, I'm going to hit the ball on the side here and have it knock into the pin. But off the wall, he picked it up, and here we go.
No 200, but a real nice 198, Mike.
Shorty Divver gives us a 198, and Joe LaMonica will finish it up here in the 10th.
He can only shoot 193, so wow, really didn't matter. And he still may get the pin. Whoop.
It slid off the side.
Tough way to go, Mike. He's got 161. He'll shoot 170, 171. And as we mentioned,
outstanding first game.
Yes, and as we mentioned, he got here by beating his opponents 133 and 131. So nice match, 198 to 171.
Great way to start us off here on Championship Bowling tonight. You see the two contestants shaking hands. Shorty Divver moves on, defeating Joe LaMonica 198-171. And Shorty will go on to face Harry Culbertson when we return to Championship Bowling, coming up in just a moment. Welcome back to Championship Bowling. You take a look at the Town Hall lanes in Johnston, Rhode Island. We move to our second match as the climb up the ladder continues. Shorty Divver, our winner in the last match, having defeated Joe LaMonica, will take on the number 2 seed Harry Culbertson. Harry out of Baltimore, Maryland. He's 46 years old. He's been on the Pro Duckpin Tour for 15 years, and well, he owns 2 bowling centers himself, so he's no stranger to the game, that's for sure. And of course, he'll be taking on Shorty Divver, who won it by 27 pins over Joe LaMonica in our first match seen earlier in the show. Harry Culbertson, being the higher seeded bowler, gets a chance to decide who goes first, and he has chosen it himself.
Harry bowls well under pressure, and I believe that's why he made that decision. If he needs a mark in the last box, it really doesn't bother him. He'll bowl the same way, and if he would miss, it really wouldn't be because of the pressure.
Culbertson comes in with a 157 average off of qualifying. Chops off the head pin there. Move to the third ball in the frame.
Harry averaged 174 his last 3 games of the qualifying.
Starts off with an open frame, an 8 count, and now Shorty Divver comes up. Shorty has recorded one of the highest scores in our championship bowling series with that last game of 198.
198 was his high game Saturday in the qualifying. Look out. I believe he'd had a strike there, except the pin got in the way.
He certainly had the pins going in his direction. There's no question that a little luck helps as well. You can throw the ball the best you can and not end up with a strike. And Shorty had some opportunities in the last game in which he ended up with some marks where maybe he didn't really expect to have that. And here he comes up with a mark, a good solid spare in the first frame to get him started.
Actually, the difference between Joe and Shorty's score, the 27 pins, was the second strike Shorty threw was off the side, meaning he didn't hit the head pin. He had a comeback that gave him a double. Then, of course, he threw a good ball, got a triple header, and that was the difference. Shorty is a type bowler that can really get in a groove and throw the ball many times in the same place. As you watch his style, he has the ability to do that also. He's very sharp. He slides a lot of shots. He's probably one of the best wood bowlers in the game, meaning that when he doesn't mark, he will get 10.
Second time we've seen Shorty in the TV finals here on Championship Bowling. He misses up that one.
I'll have to talk to Shorty.
That always happens. Just when you try to build somebody up, somehow they don't do exactly what you say they're going to do.
I think I'll write that down because I'm going to be flying home with Shorty. So.
Harry Culbertson now in the second frame. So a little bit of the after action from Harry. I think Harry also gets our award for the most unique bowling pants. An opportunity to see those again. There they are.
He said he wore those so we could color our cameras, you know, tune in the tint and everything just right. Anyone at home wanting to tune your TV, the color, they're red and white.
Harry Culbertson working in the third frame off the spare in the second. Interesting action after the ball is released. Harry gives it one of those safe calls like in baseball.
When he throws one, it feels right. It's you can get into it, you know. And
well, certainly quite a reaction. You see the pin there, still shaking a little bit. Now he's ready to roll. Solid on it for the spare in the third.
Harry has 8 open tournament wins to his credit, along with the 1 Pro Tour in Brunswick, Maryland in 1979.
See Shorty Divver at his score there. Ready to roll again. Right through the middle.
It's 2 in a row he's been through the middle. Watch the nice knee bend. Shorty gets down on it. Probably the strongest point other than concentration. Shorty has the ability to really concentrate, but he has a perfect knee bend. He's always in position to throw the ball. Come on,
That's
Shorty.
the second frame in a row that he's trying to prove you wrong.
Doing a good job of it.
Shorty's got a 32 after 3. And he needs a mark here to get back even in this match.
Shorty and Harry, well, quite a few of us have traveled many years to the tours together. 3 times through the middle.
He might have knocked off one of the two.
This is interesting. A lot of bowlers with this particular shot, and he has the 2, 3, and 6, would actually shoot the hole and hope to catch a pin off the rubber. I really don't know what Shorty will do. He tried to slide it. The old school.
Shorty shakes his head as he returns to take a seat.
I give up, Shorty. I was wrong.
Well, as hot as he was in the first match tonight, he has cooled off with a 40 in the fourth. Harry Culbertson working off the 2 marks in a row in the 4th frame now.
We'll have an interesting final match, Mike, regardless of the winner of this match. The winner of this match, of course, will face the owner of Town Hall Lanes, Frank Ferri, along with his family.
Frank is our top seed tonight.
Got 1620, 162 average for the 10 games, and 3 200 games.
It's quite a performance. And of course, he'll be matched up. It'll be a season final, that's for sure. Whether it's Harry Culbertson or Shorty Divver who come up the winner in this match. A lot of years of pro bowling will be seen in that match. Harry Culbertson, 46 after 3. The mark after that. And he's come out very steadily here in this match against Shorty Divver. Second ball.
Wow. Didn't want to do that. Now there's a turnaround, a turning point, Mike. Shorty, being the seasoned veteran that he is sitting there saying, okay, Harry, you're going to do that.
Will it go over? No.
66 through 5 for Harry, 40 through 4 for Shorty.
It's an opening that Shorty Divver can take advantage of here if he can come up with a mark.
Speaking of experience, Mike, I was just figuring a few things out here, and our 4 bowlers today, Joe LaMonica, Shorty, and he jumped right on the opportunity. Harry Culbertson and Frank Ferri have been bowling for a total of 150 years. That's a long time.
It certainly is. It's about 42 or 43 years average apiece. It's a lot of situations just like this, I'm sure, as well. Being slightly down in the match, trying to come back, and that's what Shorty Divver is doing here as he's working in the 6th frame. Like that one, but
boy, nice ball. He put it where he wanted, and he's closed the match. If he makes the spare, that'll give him 60, and Harry will have a 6-pin lead. And in the 4th frame, Harry had an 18-pin lead.
Got it. See Shorty's reaction is, say, boy, I'm cutting that one a little bit close.
A little thin.
Now Harry Culbertson, we've seen a sizable lead cut down here.
Well, actually, if Harry doesn't mark in the 6th frame, he will probably lose his lead. So it's been a complete turnaround in 2 frames, or the possibility of a complete turnaround. Got a spinner.
An opportunity, and he's got it. That one was really moving. Just a question of waiting it out until it finished its movement. And that time had just enough to give Harry Culbertson his first strike in the match. It's going to make him feel just a little bit better about his situation.
Yes, it sure does.
Harry Culbertson extremely deliberate at this point.
Sort of playing what he wants to do. Whoops. Little pull. Little pull.
Pulled it to the left. Working off the strike in the 6th frame, so this is an important ball coming up here. Try to get as many of these pins as possible. And he does better than that. He picks up the spare. Very nice spare for Harry Culbertson in the 7th.
Yeah, he said, I played it that way. Watch, you won't see this shot made like this. Actually, the head pin drove the other 2 pins into the 10, so he was probably closer to getting just the head pin than making the spare, but it worked out. Nice ball by Shorty. 79 through 6 for Shorty, 86 through 6 for Harry. Harry with a spare in the 7th. Shorty shooting at a number 10 pin for a spare. He didn't like that.
No.
He's been having trouble. Even the 198 game, he made 2 or 3 singles, and he caught them all on the left side. He just made the 8 pin in the 6th frame, and he just barely grazed it on the left.
So that gives him an 88 through 7. So that gives it back to Harry Culbertson in just a small fashion.
The mental part of the game, Mike, it really works on you, especially in the head-to-head matches. You can talk yourself in and out of things so easily up there on the approach. You're up there all alone. You know, there's no coach telling you what you're doing wrong. No coach telling you how you should be thinking, and the mind can really run off with you.
Tell Shorty's not happy with his performance.
Nice shot.
He's got it. Gives him 10 in that frame for a 98 on the match. Just to give you a comparison, last match against Joe LaMonica, Shorty had a 163 in the 8th frame. Now he's got a 98, so that's difference of about 65 pins.
And it's really only a ball here, a ball there, different. You know, the chop turning into a strike, making the single.
Now it's Harry Culbertson, who's got a really good opportunity here to really stretch it out.
7-10 split, but it is an 8 count. Gives him 104 in the 7th, so he has a 16-pin lead. The count was, whoops, the pin's still looking.
He's still walking. He's walked far enough, there he says.
He'll shoot 1 and 1, hoping to bounce one out of the pit or catch it off the rubber, but he'll want his 10. Whoop.
He missed it. Well, the most he can come up with now with a 9 count here is a 113, so that would give him a 15-point lead, and he's got it. So a 15-pin lead in the 9th frame for Harry Culbertson. This one's far from being over. Harry will bowl the 9th, and then Shorty the 9th and the 10th, and certainly can put the pressure back on if Shorty gets hot. Puts a few marks up. Let's see what happens.
Harry wants a mark in this frame. The 9th frame is especially in a game where there's only a 15-pin difference. He does want to put his mark on the board. He liked that ball.
He's got it. He liked that a lot. Very tough situation for Shorty Divver now.
Shorty, if he would happen to throw 4 strikes, could shoot 158, which would force Harry to double. So if Shorty can go 2 marks with big counts, he'd still be playing. he
got
needed
it.
that. The veteran returns. Well, he set himself up.
They're going toe-to-toe here and slugging it out in the 9th and the 10th frames. Both our bowlers in this second match have had strikes in the 9th, and now Shorty Divver moves into the 10th frame.
He can
Fighting it out for the opportunity to meet the #1 seed, Frank Ferri, who's awaiting the winner of this match to go for the title and the $2,000 first prize money. Just did miss that.
almost identical to the last frame when the pin come across in front. If he can make this and strike, he can force Harry to at least count.
Once
There's
again,
the
he's
pin
got
that
that
cost him.
opportunity to pick up the spare, and he can't do it. And that has hurt him in this match particularly.
127 for Shorty Divver. Harry 123 with a strike, so if he actually 3 on this ball will give Harry the victory. Stay behind the foul line, which you can bet he'll do.
He's got it.
Okay.
8 pins for Harry Culbertson, giving him, well, he's got another ball to work on this as well, so let's see what happens and then give you a count. He's got the spare. 133 after 9, so our winner Harry Culbertson will go on to face Frank Ferri. Harry's got to finish up the match here first. So that's it. Harry Culbertson defeats Shorty Divver 147-127, and Harry Culbertson moves on to our championship match against our top seed Frank Ferri, who is a TV runner-up himself from a couple of weeks back. And we'll take a look at that match for you coming up in just a couple of moments.
Nice flying, Greg.
Thanks.
So, you're really not going to do another tour?
Nah, Susan and I have made plans.
You're going to miss this place.
Sure, Doc. My mind's made up, all right?
Then I guess you're going to want this.
American accepted me. Looks like I'm going back to flight school.
I hope they know they're getting one of the best.
When you're something special, people know it.
Go, Jack! Roll that ball! Smash those pins! It's so much fun! It's so much fun! Let's do it again!
Fairlanes has 516 duck pin lanes for you, your family, and friends. Look us up. Come on into Fairlanes, the fun lanes.
It's your turn now for Fairlane's fun. So bring it on in, bring it on in. Let's show 'em how it's done. At Fairlanes, 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 the fun lane.
The Duckpin Professional Bowlers Association is pleased to present its championship bowling series and would like to recognize these bowling proprietors and establishments which have supported this programming effort.
Bowl with Barney at Barnum Recreation and Duck Pin Bowling. A place for the entire family. Great for Grandpa and for Grandma. Marvelous for Mom and for Dad. Super for the kids. Leagues are welcome too. After bowling, enjoy the newly decorated lounge. Live entertainment on the weekends. A place for the entire family. Barnum Recreation and Duck Pin Bowling. And tell them Barney sent you.
The DPBA Pro Tour, and we've got an outstanding crowd on hand to see what we expect to be an outstanding match. Our top seed, Frank Ferri, out of Providence, Rhode Island, is 57 years old. He owns and operates the Town Hall Lanes with his family. Sort of a unique situation. Joe, we talked about it at the top. It's not all that easy, even though it's some people would consider it the home field advantage. It's not that easy to bowl in your own house.
Very difficult because you see, you hear everything. You're the host, and you are involved, and you care. You want to make sure things go right, and it's just amazing to me, and we've mentioned many times that Frank shot 3 200 games in the qualifying, the first person ever to do that, 203, 209, and 201. He's elected to go first.
Well, he got some help there.
Okay, that's a makeable split, the 5-7-8. You'll want to catch the 5 on the right. Actually, a easier shot than just the 5-7 because the 8 is there to help kick the 5 into the corner.
Second time that we've seen Frank on our TV series making the TV finals was a runner-up to Swede Lavers in an earlier match. Oh.
Yeah, if he'd have made that, he wouldn't have seen it because he knew he didn't throw the ball where he wanted, and he turned around and come back to get his third ball.
And that pin came up and almost grabbed the 7. He's got it solid, so he finishes up with a solid 10 in the first frame.
Frank won his pro tour at Garden City Lanes in 1984. A very sad story. That bowling center is no longer a bowling center. Sold as part of a shopping center and taken down.
So Harry Culbertson bowl here in the first frame. Second seeded bowler. Likes it. Leaves the 5. Just joining us, he defeated Shorty Divver by 20 pins in our second match. And now in our championship match, we have the top seed and the second seed going at it head to head. Just as if you mapped it out on the diagram. That's the way it's supposed to work on the drawing board.
One of these bowlers will receive $2,000 and a star. Part of the $25,000 prize fund that the bowlers shoot for.
Started with 150 bowlers, DPBA members, and we're down to the final 2 now, going head to head for the Town Hall Lanes 87 championship.
Win or lose, Frank should be very pleased. They've been gracious hosts. His family's done a super job, and they work it. I mean, if you look at the snack bar, the lounge, it's all family.
In fact, one of the things on his fact sheet here, they call him the slave driver. Affectionately, of course. Harry Culbertson. He's got it.
Shot.
Beautiful pickup of a spare in the second frame for Culbertson.
Makes the 1-3-7, sending the ball into the corner to take the 7 out.
We'll take a look at it again.
Down, out, and you'll see the rest.
Right where you should be. Leaves the 7 pin.
Frank's game very much like Harry's, a very basic game, nothing fancy about it. Nice even approach, straight back swing, straight forward. Bingo.
He's got it for a spare, his first in the match in the second frame. These two gentlemen have a number of years on the hardwoods.
Yeah, they have their share of the 150 years that we mentioned, years of bowling experience in this show.
It's an 8 count on the spare. Gives Frank a 28 after 2 frames.
Shooting the 4-7 for a spare.
Got it.
Okay. 38 plus in the third frame. To Harry's 27 plus in the second frame.
Very deliberate as he is ready to roll in the third frame. Yeah, I sort of like that, but the results weren't there for him.
The ball was sort of running off to the right, and it kicked the head pin forward instead of back into the pin, leaving the 4, 5, 7. See what he does with this.
Takes the 2. And misses. So that gives him a 43 after 3 frames. Very tight match, as we're in the championship match of tonight's show. We're glad you could join us wherever you might be watching championship bowling. I'm Mike Sella, with me Joe Rainier. We're in Johnston, Rhode Island, just outside of Providence, with today's Deckpin Pro Tour stop. Leaves the 5-pin.
Well, we'll see what happens. He just missed the 5, if you remember, with his third ball for 10, and that quite often sticks in your head. You'll take that extra second to remind yourself to follow through. Reach for the pin.
He's got it that time. So he shook that off and came back and picked it up. Both of our bowlers tonight taking a little extra time, get themselves ready to bowl. He's got it!
The home field advantage, perhaps.
I don't know where the roll is. Here's Frank's form, and watch what happens at the end of this one. Get some help there, and so often happens, they fall over and take one with them, and both Harry Culbertson and Frank are smiling after that one.
It was a sweet touch, wasn't it?
Harry says, why did it have to happen now? As we mentioned, Frank coming in, average 162 in qualifying. Those 3 200 games, he gets some help.
He's moving pins around. Live ball. Spare, spare, strike in the second, third, fourth, trying to add another spare here in the 5th frame and open up a little daylight between he and Harry. He sort of went around that ball, Mike. You see the delivery? He got his hand on the outside of the ball. Sometimes we get away with it. That time he didn't.
And as you mentioned, had an opportunity to perhaps spread the gap ever so slightly between himself and the second-seeded bowler, Harry Culbertson. He gives Frank a 77 after 5. Harry Culbertson, a 53 plus the count here, so he can certainly move and take advantage of that open frame.
Once again, he had the same thing happen. Well, he kicked it out. There's the easy falling pins here at Town Hall Lanes.
So it gives him a 62 now through 4. So he's rapidly closing the gap. But if he can spare here, he probably will edge himself back out in front of the match. See some of the crowd behind Harry Culbertson gathered for this DPBA tour step. He's got it.
Harry has a lot of fun when he bowls in the qualifying and really enjoys himself. Takes it serious, but he has the personality that he can enjoy himself while he's doing it. When he picks the ball up and gets on the lane, he's back to business. Okay, he got away with that. Pulled it left. Left the 1-3-6. Very makeable spare break, and in doing took a 2-pin lead in the 5th frame, 79 to 77.
He's got it.
Kicked it off the wall.
And I believe before Frank Ferri bowls again, we're going to take a break, and we'll return with championship bowling and see who comes out on top in this battle in the championship match. Coming up in just a moment. Crowd very appreciative of the effort so far by our two bowlers, Harry Culbertson and Frank Ferri, our two top seeds in tonight's championship bowling series title match. Frank wastes no time in going after it. Oh, leaves one. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, how does it stay there? Because it was surrounded by pins and it just did not want to fall.
That's when you have to recall the little taps that gave you strikes when you didn't expect them. So it sort of evens out.
Picks up a pretty solid spare there after missing out and having an open frame in the fifth. These two bowlers are neck and neck.
89 to 87 through 6 frames in favor of Harry Culbertson, both bowlers having spares in the 6th frame. The big ball. Important pitch.
No! And the veteran bowler Frank Ferri comes through with a big strike.
Strong ball. Both
In the 7th frame.
The 6th and 7th frames.
He threw that like he meant it.
Boy, destroyed him. Absolutely. 10 pins in the pit.
Frank Ferri has an opportunity to catch a breather while Harry Culbertson is up and bowling in the 7th frame. Harry working off a spare in the 6th.
Throwing it back and forth, Mike. Good ball.
Just did miss.
Okay, it's a 9 count. 98 through 6 to 97 for Frank. Frank with a strike in the 7th, and Harry, of course, shooting for a spare, the 4 pin.
It's as tight as you can get it.
Okay, the only pin left on the lanes this particular game was the pin Harry left on the lanes in the 3rd frame, and that's the, well, of course, he has a 1-pin lead. But the bowlers have only left the 1 pin on the lane. Harry having 6 spares, Frank 3 spares and 2 strikes. Final 3 frames, Mike. It's a nip and tuck.
Not certainly anybody's match at this point, and Harry Culbertson would like to try to move the odds back in his favor.
Yeah, here's where you really need to be aggressive. You don't want to sit back. Sometimes we catch ourselves in a head-to-head match waiting for the other bowler to lose, to make a mistake. Instead of you going out and winning, you're hoping the other guy makes a mistake. As the frames go on, the singles get a little smaller, Mike.
Well, he nicked that one on the right side, enough to pick up the spare in the 8th frame, and so the pressure reverts to Frank, and of course, as one would expect, having this as his home house, got some rooters in the background. Certainly all of the family is here watching. And that itself can add to the pressure, can it?
Yes, the support's nice, but it's very difficult to perform when you know it's expected of you. But Frank has done just a super job, not only as a host, but as a bowler. Ooh.
He's got her!
Big ball, doubleheader in the 7th and 8th frame, and Frank will take the lead.
This has been an outstanding match, and watch how it happens.
He really extended through the ball. Look at the pin action. Boy. 117 plus this ball in the 7th frame as he's bowling the 9th, but the first ball will count back in the 7th as he has a doubleheader in the 7th and 8th. So he'll take the lead by the amount of pins he knocks down with this ball. Takes a deep breath.
Another big frame in this championship match. Frank Ferri. leaves himself with a tough one.
Okay, it was a good count, though. He was on the double. It gives him 140 plus one more ball. He's 143 plus right now in the 8th. Harry 127 plus. So Frank has taken a lead.
Decided to go for the safe one, pick up one here.
I think he shook his head no before he let the ball go. He knew he wasn't in line. It's a tough decision at that point. Do you shoot for one on the doubleheader where it's counting double, or do you shoot for the spare?
Missed the 10 count there as he was wide. So that leaves him with a 153 in the 9th and an open frame when he gets an opportunity to shoot in the 10th. As you see the score there. Harry Culbertson working off that spare in the 8th, the 9th and 10th frames. So he'll be finished up first.
Once again, the lead can change hands. If Harry marks in the 9th, if he gets a count, marks, counts, he'll take the lead.
Just been an outstanding match right from the very start.
If he can mark in the 9th and 10th frames, he can force Frank Ferri to have to double. He's had a lot of solid 9s. He's made 7 spares in 8 frames with the possibility of another.
And that certainly helps when you get that 9 count working for you off a spare.
Shooting those singles this late in the game causes the palms to become a little sweaty, though, Mike. You see Harry taking a deep breath just to sort of try to relax himself.
Sometimes you wish that ball had a handle on it.
You're out there, something fell. He distracted him. Heard some kind of noise. You're out there all alone right now.
Big pin, and he's got it.
146 plus in the 9th frame to Frank's 153, so 7 on, and we'd have a tie. Anything over 7, he can force Frank to mark in the 10th frame. So Harry can force Frank to mark without a mark. If Harry can count, mark, get a good count on it, he can put Frank on a doubleheader.
Well, this is the way it's diagrammed on the chart beforehand. Top seed battling your 2nd seed, and not too much to tell the difference between the two.
Been a super match, regardless who wins. Good. Whoops, it pulled that.
Got some help.
And I tell you, even though it took his spare possibilities away from him, those 7 pins, if he can get 10 out, he can force Frank to mark to win. 10 would tie.
Well,
it's dead tie right now.
And after 9 complete, and these are 3 pins that are facing Harry Culbertson, and he knows he's going to tell you.
He's standing there looking at him, Mike, because you don't know exactly what to do at this point. That's the worst thing that could have happened to him. Now he has to shoot for 1, giving him 162, and Frank will need 10 to win. Not always an easy task.
Shoots at 7, tries to skate it over. He does, but he misses, and the crowd gives him a great hand as Harry Culbertson finishes up with a 162. Frank Ferri needs 9 to tie and 10 to win and pick up his 2nd Pro Tour victory. And one at home, one which you'll probably remember for the rest of his bowling career, that's for sure. It's a big moment here. The crowd is really anticipating a big moment here for Frank Ferri. Takes a deep breath, and he's ready to move forward and let the pictures speak for themselves.
You now have a tie. 2 balls. And believe me, if he doesn't hit it with this ball, the pin will get smaller, right?
The lane will seem like it's twice as long, the ball twice as small. Let's see what happens.
You'll hear a roar.
He's got it!
How pleasing that must be, Mike. To own the center.
Harry Culbertson and Frank Ferri, one of the more exciting matches we've had on championship bowling. Gone right down to the wire. It's a great match throughout, too.
I got goosebumps, Mike. Owning the bowling center, I can tell you how that must feel. I can't tell you exactly how. Beautiful 170 to 162, Frank Ferri.
An outstanding match. And Frank Ferri comes up with a win You see the final there. We'll be back in a moment to give Frank a check and to award him his star when we return on Championship Bowling.
Nice flying, Greg.
Thanks.
So, you're really not going to do another tour?
Nah, Susan and I made plans.
You're going to miss this place.
Murdoch, my mind's made up, all right?
Then I guess you're going to want this.
American accepted me. Looks like I'm going back to flight school.
I hope they know they're getting one of the best.
When you're something special, people know it.
Go, Jack! Roll that ball! Smash those pins! It's so much fun, it's so much fun. Let's do it again!
Fairlanes has 516 duck pin lanes for you, your family, and friends. Look us up. Come on into Fairlanes, the fun lanes.
It's your turn now for Fairlane's fun. So bring it on in, bring it on in. Let's show 'em how it's done. At Fairlanes, 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 the fun lane.
The Duckpin Professional Bowlers Association is pleased to present its Championship Bowling Series and would like to recognize these bowling proprietors and establishments which have supported this programming effort.
Bowl with Barney at Barnum Recreation and Duck Pin Bowling. A place for the entire family. Great for Grandpa and for Grandma. Marvelous for Mom and for Dad. Super for the kids. Leagues are welcome too. After bowling, enjoy the newly decorated lounge. Live entertainment on the weekends. A place for the entire family. Barnum Recreation and Duck Pin Bowling. And tell them Barney sent you.
Hello and welcome back to Championship Bowling. I'm Mike Sella. With me, of course, a proprietor from the Town Hall Lanes, Bob Ferri. Bob, congratulations. You have an award to make to a fellow I think you know pretty well.
Yes, I think this gentleman on the right here is my dad, and on behalf of the Duckpin Pro Tour and Town Hall Lanes, we'd like to present you with this check for $2,000. Oh, I don't get to keep it.
Congratulations, Frank. Great win, and I'll tell you, my colleague Joe Rainier here, and it was a great win. Our number 1 and 2 seeds got together and were able to put on quite a show.
Well, this is just super, and I tell you, it puts a lump in my throat because I know what it means to Frank to win in your own house, and I'd just like to say continued success to the Ferri family, and thanks for a super weekend.
In addition to the $2,000 and the star, Frank Ferri, of course, gets the American Airlines round trip to the Caribbean, wherever they fly, and we wish him a good trip on that as well. And that does it for Championship Bowling this time around. For Joe Rainier, I'm Mike Sella. We'll see you again next time right here.